that movie 2001, you're projecting us into the 21st century. I brought along my son Jonathan, who in the year 2001 will be the same age as I am now. Maybe he will be better adjusted to this kind of world that you're trying to portray.
9:41. Planet's gonna shift in its axis 9 forever. Two most significant events of the 20th century. The Allies win the war, and this.
We're not gonna sell $1 million in the first 90 days.
If I trade in my bank account for $1, and every time somebody told me something was impossible, I come out ahead. Everyone is waiting for the match. Look at their faces when they see what it is. They won't know what they're looking at or why they like it, but they'll know they want it.
We're not a pit crew at Daytona. This can't be fixed in seconds.
You didn't have seconds. You had 3 weeks. The universe was created in a third of that time.
Well, someday you'll have to tell us how you did it. Long time ago, you threatened me once.
Steve, 5 and 6 is your chance of surviving the first round of Russian roulette, and you've reversed those odds.
Why do you want people to dislike you? You're not hearing me. It's not going to say help.
Fix it. I don't want people to dislike me. I'm indifferent to whether they dislike me.
In 40 minutes?
Fix it.
I can't.
Who's the person who can?
I'm the person who can, and I can't. Since it doesn't matter, I always have.
Really? I've always liked you a lot. That's too bad.
The most efficient animal on the planet is a condor. The most inefficient animals on the planet are humans.
Why do people think I fired you?
Just telling us that people don't like it because they think it doesn't do anything. It's closed end to end.
Whoever said the customer is always right was, I promise you, a customer.
But a human with a bicycle becomes the most efficient animal. And the right computer, a friendly, easy computer that isn't an eyesore but rather sits in your desk with the beauty of a tensor lamp.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, boss.
The right computer will be a bicycle for the mind.
Don't play stupid, you can't pull it off.
And what if, instead of it being in the right hands, it was in everyone's hands? Everyone in the world.
The Apple II should embarrass you. It embarrasses me if you had any
It doesn't
right
embarrass
at
the
all.
shareholders,
I don't give a
Steve.
shit about the shareholders. That's why I hired you, so I don't ever have to hear about
Shareholders are my problem, and the board represents the shareholders. That's how it works. Why do people think I fired you? They believe you're no longer necessary to this company.
Find the evidence. I'm the world's leading expert in the Mac, John. What's your resume? Did I do this? Screw it up. You're the only one who sees the world the same way I do.
No one sees the world the same way you do.
You're issuing contradictory instructions. You're insubordinate. You make people miserable. Our top engineers are fleeing to Sun, Dell, HP. Wall Street doesn't know who's driving the bus. We've lost hundreds of millions in value, and I'm the CEO of Apple, Steve. That's my resume.
Let's let it go now. God, the things I could have done. Why do people who were adopted feel like they were rejected instead of selected?
My dad named the computer after me.
I'm not your... Actually, you know what a coincidence is, Lisa?
No.
Like if you met someone. You made a new friend and her name was Lisa too. That would be a coincidence. LISA stands for Local Integrated Systems Architecture. LISA. It's a coincidence. You know what LISA stood for?
What?
The computer, the Lisa. You know what it stood for?
Local Integrated System Architecture. I was 5. Why couldn't you just lie?
I did. Of course it was named after you. Local Integrated System Architecture doesn't even mean anything.
So it's the other way around. I was named after the computer?
Nothing was named after anybody. It's a coincidence. Why are you still telling her I'm her father? You're too young to be regretful.
You knew what I was going through and you didn't do anything about it.
Want to say good luck? People don't know what they want until you show it to them.
Think is a verb, all right? Making different an adverb. You're asking people to think differently.
What exactly a conductor does that a metronome can't?
Acknowledge that something good happened that you weren't in the room for. The Lisa was a failure. The Macintosh was a failure.
the Apple II's gun. 7 years. It was a great run.
You can't write code. You're not an engineer. You're not a designer. Computers aren't paintings.
Fuck you.
What do you do?
I play the orchestra. And you're a good musician. You sit right there. You're the best in your role.
You know, when people used to ask me what the difference was between me and Steve Jobs, I would say Steve was the big picture guy, and I like the solid workbench. I love you, Steve.
I love you too, Oz.
When people ask me what the difference is now, I say Steve's an asshole.
It's having no control. You find out you're out of the loop when the most crucial events in your life were set in motion.
Your products are better than you are, brother.
That's the idea, brother.
As long as you have control. I don't understand people who give it up.